Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me today on the My Bourbon Journey Whiskey Review channel. So today we're going to take a look at from 1792. This is going to be their bottle and bond. This is going to be, however, slightly different than the standard bottle and bond that you get off the shelf. This is going to be technically a single barrel that was picked by Don's Liquor and Wine out of California. Still comes in at 100 proof or 50% ABV. Mash bill is undisclosed. It is non-age stated, but again, with it being a bottled and bond, we know it's going to be a minimum of 4 years and 100 proof. And the MSRP on this one specifically is right around that $60 price point. So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll kind of get into the review. Color-wise, you can see kind of a light copperish type of color, like maybe just a little lighter than a copper penny, but something I like to try to do is move the whiskey around in the glass, introduce a little bit of air to it. This actually has some pretty decent oils for 100 proof. So sometimes when you start to proof these things down a little bit, lower the viscosity and the proof on these, you'll start to lose some of those the oils, which won't be nearly as heavy. So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll get into the nose. Oh, so right away there's this really nice rich caramel note. Really nice honey note on that as well. Actually nice baking spice, more along the lines of like a nutmeg, cinnamon. Nice Werther's caramel on that. Nice oak, a little bit of char actually on that. Sweet oak, definitely. Also like a slight nutty characteristic to it as well. And then here's something, I guess when you put all of that together, there's this slight like banana note that you'll sometimes get with 1792 stuff. And when you kind of combine it to what it is, it's more of like a banana nut bread almost. It's like soft, like floral. Maybe that's a little bit of that honey aspect that's still kind of coming out on it. Almost a little bit of floral, like more of like a perfume kind of note in terms of the nose, fairly intense in terms of that like sweetness that's there. Maybe a little bit of like a powdered chocolate there. And a really nice kind of towards the end there, like a nice graham cracker type of note. Maybe a little bit of that graham cracker with a little bit of the honey and that nuttiness that's there. But it's very, again, it goes back to a little bit of that banana nut bread that's there, a little bit of a spice to it. Maybe even slight toffee kind of notes. So quite a bit going on for 100 proof bottle and bond. There's quite a bit going on with the nose on this one. So, but more importantly, let's see how this one's going to taste. Cheers. Wow, very spicy. More spicy than I remember just a standard 1792 bottle and bond being. I don't recall it being nearly as spicy. Nice sweet oak that's there. Again, that spice. A little bit of that banana that's there. Again, not from an artificial. This is a little bit more of a fresh banana than it is that artificial. Nice spice, a little bit of nuttiness. It's kind of what brings me back to that kind of like banana nut bread type of aspect that's there to it. Yeah, nice, again, nice baking spices. Yeah, just in my mind, and this profile is very much banana nut bread. Still a little bit of that little vanilla note that's there as well. Some graham cracker for sure. Lingering spice, that's one thing. On the palate, it's fairly mouth coating. Not overly viscous, but still coats the mouth pretty well. But that lingering spice is really nice on this. And again, with all of that, little bit of that banana that's there. Slight nutty aspect to it. Again, I mean, it's just, I'll stick with that kind of banana nut bread type of aspect to it. Maybe a touch of chocolate that's there as well. But I love the spice that's really on this. More spice, oak. Those baking spices really start to come out quite a bit on this. This is, I would say, an off-profile 1792 bottle and bond. Again, because it's a single barrel pick, I think maybe they leaned a little bit towards this one because of what the aspect was from that spice, a little bit of banana that's there, that nutty characteristic. Again, very banana nut bread, like I've said before. So it's a really nice, you know, I would say single barrel bottled and bond so far. Really, really nice. Something I don't get all the time. Got a little bit of like a cedar wood on that. So a little bit of a cedar wood aspect to that. Yeah, the more I sip on it and the longer it stays on my palate, the more of the milk chocolate starts to kind of come out in this a little bit. Right there at the end, got a little bit of touch of a citrus note as well. A little bit more of an orange, but still a little bit of a lemon kind of aspect. There's a little bit of a slight tartness that's there on this one. And maybe the tartness is a little bit of the oak portion, where as it sits on the palate a little bit more and it starts to dry out, you start to get a little bit more of that tartness, and maybe that's coming from a little bit of the oak as well. But I think it's really nice. I mean, I think for a non-standard, you know, bottled and bond 1792, this is, for me, is far different than what a lot of the off-the-shelf ones could be. So if you're looking for, I would say, an off-profile 1792 bottled and bond single barrel, this may be one that you might really enjoy. It's very easy to drink. Again, I love the lingering spice that's there. The water hasn't diluted it so much that, you know, you lose a lot of that aspect of, you know, what you really want in a bourbon. Finish wise, I would say is probably on the medium side, but again, a lot of those lingering spices are really nice. That banana nut bread aspect is still there. Still some nice caramels and honeys. Again, that little bit of graham cracker that's there on it. Love the sweet oak aspect on it. Very, very easy to drink. That's a little bit typical of a 100 proof, you know, bourbon. It's not always going to blow you away, but I would say in terms of what this has to offer at 100 proof is really nice. I think it's a really nice, you know, well done bourbon. So maybe a little bit of a little touch of black pepper there right at the end. So overall, I think it's a nice bourbon. So again, Don's Liquors and Wine. This is the 1792 bottled and bond. MSRP on this right around that $60 price point. 100 proof, like all the bottled and bonds will be, but I'll have the link to the description, or link in the description below if you are looking to maybe pick up this bottle. Again, it's off profile, I would say, just from the standard 1792 bottled and bond pick. So, you know, if you want to try something a little bit different, this may be the bottle for you. So great job with that one. So with that being said, leave a comment below. Let me know some of your thoughts on, you know, if you've had specifically this bottle or other 1792 single barrels, whether some of them have been, you know, off profile versus like maybe an off the shelf bottle and bond. So always interested to hear people's feedback on those types of things. If you'd also like to follow me, you can on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those places at My Bourbon Journey. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can through my Patreon page, which I'll have linked in the description below. And as always, I want to say thank you so much for tuning into another one of my reviews. And remember, it's about the journey and not the destination. Cheers.